Good morning, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Just like last time, I have gone on for the sake of not making this video eons long. I've done my face makeup and I have gone on and filled in my brows with the shade Triple Fudge from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And so as we get into this look, what I want to do is I really want to achieve more of a pink burgundy, just to shake up having boring basic brown eyeshadow every day. So if you want a very work appropriate, kind of a soft feminine glam look, perfect. This is great for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette and using whatever flat shader brush that you have or a fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Strawberry Bonbon right here, and I'm going to use that all over my eye to set my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. I really want kind of more of a pink base to this look, and this makes it a lot easier to achieve. And also too, I didn't clean off all of my brushes that I typically use because I've still been enjoying that look with Black Forest truffles. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just go on and finish it and then switch to something like this, but I love this look too. So then the next thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in with more of a mauve. Actually, let's go on and do our lid first. I want to use the shade Blush from my LORAC Mega Pro palette. So I wanted to go with a really pink base. I picked up the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Pink Parfait. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go over my lids with this shade to really boost up the pink. If you have any kind of shimmery pink eyeshadow bases or cream shadows in your collection, pull them out. They work really, really well with a shadow like that. So then as we go into it, I'm going to get out my e.l.f. flat shader brush, or flat C brush. It's the flat C-shaped brush you can find over $3 at Target. Like, this is one of my favorite brushes of all time. And I'm going to go into the shade Blush from my LORAC Mega Pro palette. If you do not own the LORAC Mega Pro palette, a very quick substitution that works just as well is to pull out the Loreal Infallible shadow in Always Pearly Pink. That works beautifully with this look. If you have the LORAC Unzipped palette in the rose gold shades, I'm thinking the shade Unreal. It's this shade right here. Or if you have the Naked 3 palette, the shade in there called Dust. This shade right here. Or you could even use Buzz would work just as well. So just kind of a light shimmery pink would be beautiful with this look. So I'm going to go on and go across with blush. Just like I said, I'm just naturally trying to pan it. I'm not intentionally like painting this palette, but it's just very convenient for me since I've been reaching for the deep teal. I've been reaching for the black shade in this palette, and quite a few of these shades are great backups for the Too Faced Chocolate Bar shades when I run out of those. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mixture of Dusty Plum and Orchid together. The reason I do that is because when I pan the LORAC Pro palette, I found when I mixed those two together, I got a very similar combination to mauve. If you do not own the LORAC Mega Pro, again, bust out your Naked 3 and go with Nooner, or go into the LORAC Unzipped palette with the rose gold and the shade Unconditional would work really well. Or if you have the LORAC Pro, the shade Mauve. Beautiful combination. So what I'm going to do is run this through my transition area to really give a rosier glow to this look. And this would be really pretty if you have green eyes, just saying. And one of the things that I love about this combination, I normally am not a huge fan of wearing pink eyeshadow because it does make me look kind of sickly and tired. But the advantage of this is that Cherry Cordial, it does have enough brown in it where it's not creepy looking on the eyes for me. So if you're like me and you kind of struggle with wearing pink eyeshadow, you're not gonna look tired and sickly once your look is finished and you've got kind of those brown tones coming through the cranberry. So this look is like a cherries and chocolate, or like a strawberries and chocolate kind of feel. This would be perfect for Valentine's Day if you're wanting an easy quick get ready with me for work that day, and then you can amp it up to go out to dinner that night by popping a little bit more of the Cherry Cordial into your inner corner to deepen it up, or outer V to deepen it up. Maybe some false lashes. It'd be really pretty. And just like before, I'm gonna go in with Champagne Truffle from my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And so I'm gonna go in with this white eyeliner and amp up my inner corner just to make that highlight stand out a little bit more, because otherwise it does disappear under my glasses. I really enjoy doing these Try to Get Ready with me, so I hope you are enjoying them as well, because I'm really finding it's a lot of fun now that I'm getting used to kind of talking through my makeup routine. So I'm gonna go on and set that white eyeliner with the Champagne Truffle. I've really been loving this shade. And I honestly didn't think I was gonna be that crazy about it when I started the palette. But it's actually been quite a lot of fun. And then I'm gonna go through and just kind of lightly dust it onto my brow bone. Very easy. There we go. Now for the drama, my favorite part, adding in the crease color, because that's where you see it all kind of come together. What I'm gonna do is take a Revlon crease brush. I'm gonna go through with the shade Cherry Cordial in the bottom of the palette here. I'm gonna tap my brush in there, knock off the excess since it does get a little bit powdery. I'm gonna stamp it into that outer corner and then blend it up into the crease. See how those nice burgundy tones are coming together with the pink? So easy and pretty, soft and feminine. Very easy to wear this look on a daily basis if you're wanting to shake it up. And it also too, it gets you into other palettes if you're feeling a little bit stuck. I know the longer that I pan palettes, the more adventurous I get into busting into the rest of my collection, because I know when I did the Naked palette, I felt very stuck because it was my first time going through a palette. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it. I was kind of overwhelmed because I know, like a lot of you, if this is your first time painting a palette, it is overwhelming when you first get started because you just want to have some kind of jumping off point. And then once you get used to finding dupes for shades, it gets a whole lot easier to not feel like you are tied down to that specific eyeshadow, because now I don't feel limited at all, and I don't feel like I get scared of hitting pan or things, because I know that there's always going to be something else in my collection that I can immediately bring in and back it up with. So hope that helps, because I get asked that a lot. It's like, how do you pan looks, and how do you stick with the same look and all that? That's one of the reasons why I stick with neutral palettes, is because they really are the same when you go from palette to palette to palette. Yes, the packaging changes. Yes, the formula changes a little bit. Yes, the tones can change slightly in the shadows, but when we're dealing with neutral palettes, it's the same shades over and over and over again. And so I've really learned through panning several palettes now, use those as jumping off points and then bring in color from the rest of your collection. And that way you really get a feel for what you like and what you don't, but you're jumping into different palettes, you're aware of what you own. And so now I realize, okay, I kind of have my pattern of what I like to do, and now it's pushing into getting more creative and a little bit more creative. Like next year, you know what, for Rita's challenge of doing things that are new and kind of scary, I don't know, I might have to take on that Mi Vida Loca remix palette. I know Emilee is doing it, Girling Glam by Emily Frost. Go check out her channel if you don't already watch her. She is tackling the Mi Vida Loca remix palette this year. And I just look at that palette and it is gorgeous. I love it. But then I look at like the lime green and the hot pink and the cerulean blue, and I'm like, to pan those in a year? So that might be a palette to naturally pan, but Rita, I might just do it, girl. I might just take that on and to do the things that scare me, come up with hot fuchsia, smoky eyes, and canary yellow, and that could be fun. I don't know. Maybe do like a color wheel challenge. I don't know. Something. I just got me thinking about it. So in any case, The eye look is basically done as far as crease and all that good stuff. So I just go in and clean up the fallout that just got kind of tangent-like with the conversation, but I enjoy just sitting down here and talking with you and having fun putting on our makeup. So I will be right back in just a second. I'm gonna go on and apply some liner and then we'll work on our lower lash line. Okay, all right, we're back. I did want to discuss the couple of liner options. I went on and did a deep brown today, and the liner that I used is the Loreal Pencil Perfect in Espresso, and I went on and set it with Triple Fudge for my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette so that I don't have any liner transfer later on in the day when it gets really hot outside. If I were going out at night, I would go on and use a black eyeliner. Or if you are a fan of wearing false lashes, I would go on and do a black, and that way that lash band is seamlessly covered. But either way, it looks really pretty with a brown or a black, so use what you are most comfortable with. And then I did go on and line my waterline with the NYX Wonder Pencil in Light. And then I'm going to take a thin eyeliner brush. This one happens to be from e.l.f. And I'm going to go in with the shade Semi-Sweet right here in the Chocolate Bar palette, and I'm gonna just use that to very carefully line the outer half of my lower lash line, just to kind of put a little bit of color and definition there, but nothing crazy. If you want to add color, one of the shades that looks really beautiful with this look is lining your lower lash line with navy. Or you could even do a plum if you want something really intensely purple, if you are wanting to bring out brown eyes and green eyes in particular. So, but I just want to keep it really easy. I'm going to wear this look all day today and run errands, so I didn't want it to be too fussy. So then basically what we're going to go through again, just like before, I'm going to go through and do a little bit of contouring with my milk chocolate shade here in the top of the Chocolate Bar palette. I cannot state enough how much I have enjoyed using this. This palette consistently surprises me, so good on you, Too Faced, because this is turning out to be quite a positive experience so far. I mean, the shadows are very enjoyable. I'm loving every second of this palette. They're panning consistently. I've hit pan a lot faster than I thought with some of those shades, but I do have one of the older Chocolate Bar palettes, putting it out there too, because I have the one that has the thicker packaging, and as you can see, my original shade names, I went on and taped them to the top because they're not under the actual shadows, so I figure part of that is from me using some old eyeshadow too. But I have to admit, I've been enjoying every single day of this palette so far, so way to go, Too Faced, because it has been fun. All right, and then I just can't get enough of the blush, so I really wanted to go back with the berry tones to bring in the burgundy. So just like last time, I am using my Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in Blushing Bright, and I hit pan. Finally, after years of owning this silly blush, I have hit pan. So I'm gonna go through and just tap it along the backside of my cheeks. That was really loud, sorry. That was my mirror. But I'm just gonna do the backs of my cheeks, and then just like before, I'm gonna anchor in that eye look and do a touch of blush in my crease just to kind of warm it up slightly. Love, love, love doing that. So there we go, eye look is done. And then if you want to, in terms of highlighting, if you want to go with a shimmery highlight for the look, Champagne Truffle is beautiful on the cheeks. If you want a matte look, you can very lightly dust Strawberry Bonbon, or if you have another really light kind of pink shade. I'm going to kind of do a combination of both. So I'm going to go on and tap my Real Techniques contouring brush in between Strawberry Bonbon and Champagne Truffle. I'm going to knock off the glitter from Champagne Truffle and just very lightly dust this over my cheek. Tap it back, knock off that glitter. It's one thing I've really just embraced this year with Too Faced is getting rid of all those big glitter chunks, because I'm not a huge fan of the way that looks when I'm using them as eyeshadow, and you know, multitasking, I've noticed it works a little bit better to not have all the glitter. So that is done. I'm gonna go through and put on some lashes, and then, I'm not gonna put on lashes. Ah, shit. That was a close call. I just draw my palette. Oh my goodness. Nothing is crushed or ruined, so we're good. we're good. So I'm gonna go off camera real quick and put on some mascara, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about some lip options. This get ready with me has been a hot mess. I have dropped brushes, I dropped my chocolate bar palette, I dropped my setting spray. We're good, we are good. So in terms of lip options, one of the favorites that I enjoyed wearing yesterday with this particular look is I went in with the more kind of a mauve-y nude version. I wore my Bite and Mousse Bouche lipstick in Pepper, but other things I was thinking if what is that? In terms of wearing a lip option, I've really been wanting to wear my lipstick tube of MAC Whirl. I'm not a huge fan of this on its own necessarily. It's a little bit too brown, so I like to go in with the NARS lip gloss on top in Chelsea Girls. Or the one I'm thinking of wearing today is the NYX lipstick in the shade Tea Rose, or if you want to go with a darker lip, something like MAC's Rebel. Or e.l.f.'s Mulberry Maven would be beautiful. So I'm just going to go in with this lighter pink lip. Very neutral. Kind of brings out a little bit of the rosy tones. And there we go. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. I hope that you enjoy shaking up your palette a little bit. Try out some pink eyeshadow if you're painting the chocolate bar palette. So that's about it for now. I'm continuing to think of what I want to do as I pan the palette, so I'll keep the looks coming. But that's it for now. Have a fantastic day today, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. See you later.